When a client comes to us interested in ketamine assisted psychotherapy, one of the first things that we'll do when working with the client is ask the client what they're hoping to do from this work. When you're starting to think about ketamine assisted psychotherapy, you're definitely you want to think in the weeks before kind of what your intention is for this experience. And while the revelations from a psychedelic experience can be life-changing, some thoughtfulness beforehand and reflection afterwards are key to ensuring lasting benefits. And we really see this because sometimes, not all the time, but if there is a lack of intention or there's a lack of awareness to kind of a direction that you'd like to move in or an area you'd like to grow or something that you want to get to release that no longer serves you. We have had experiences where folks find that the session isn't as directive for them. And that's why the intention setting, especially in the psychedelic space, is so important. But to be held lightly as well. And Lisa, do you want to talk a little bit more about that, holding it lightly?
Oh, yes. Oh, so thank you for all the good questions today. One of the things I want to take a step back, though, is to kind of clarify something. How I would kind of compare this to in terms of setting your intentions. If you've participated in the traditional psychotherapies, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, that type of modality, it's similar to how you set your goals, except with the intention setting, it's very different than goals. It's not outcome oriented. There's not like, I'm going to complete this, or this will look different in a week or two, or a month or 2 months. What the intention setting, holding it lightly, as Alicia is saying, is that it's very fluid, it's very flowy. So the whole point of the experience is also to connect with, how am I feeling today? What do I need today in this moment to help me to shift in whatever way that helps me to shift?
Yeah, it should be very close to your heart. It should be very close to your heart. And some of the questions to ask yourself before thinking about setting an intention might be, what would I like to let go of that no longer serves me? How can I use this experience for my greatest good? What fears would I like to let go of for good? Who are the people I would like to forgive? In what areas can I forgive myself? And what do I want my future to look like? And now these are just ideas to kind of help you get thinking about, what your heart is telling you before the ketamine assisted psychotherapy session.
Yes. And if I can add, Alicia, all the good things happening today, Alicia. Yeah. The universe is calling to me, by the way. This is what's happening right now. What helped me, and to add on to what Alicia was saying, and what we've seen with the clients that we have worked with, depending on the type of tools you already have for yourself, whether this is for mental health or your spiritual awakening, sometimes, as Alicia's talking about, prompting questions, it can also be something as when you're sitting and meditating, what's popping up into your mind often, or if you are someone who journals, to get your thoughts out on paper and things like that, you can do a stream of conscious writing, unfiltered writing, because oftentimes we filter ourselves. The point is not to filter ourselves; it's to experience what's happening in the now and in the moment. And then through your stream of conscious writing, you will find what's very prevalent for you and how you might want to shift next. One of the greatest things about doing any type of journaling, or if you're meditating, or things are flowing through your mind, or if you're not yet there, come on over. We'll help you with that also as well, if that's something that resonates with you. But one of the things with the stream of conscious writing too, and with the meditation practices, when you allow yourself to flow unfiltered, you really will see what might be, how do I want to say it? Some people say is a block, or what you're getting stuck in. So those are great tips, Alicia. Thank you.
Yeah. And this idea of having it be held lightly is really important, because we don't want to hold on to an intention so much that we're creating distress. We're attaching ourselves too much to an outcome, because we really believe in the inner healing intelligence of each person. So when you're in the psychedelic experience, whatever is coming up for a reason. That's what we really believe. So if your intention, going into the session was, um, I want to address my anger. I want to find the root of my anger. And you're in your CAP session, and what's coming up for you is completely different than anything
Mhm.
related to anger. And you might be experiencing, you might be flowing, you might be experiencing, feeling dreamlike, and empathic experience. It might be very different than exploring anger, or maybe that's that. So what I'm suggesting here is that, whatever is coming up could be addressing your anger issues, and that's kind of something that we would explore with the psychotherapist, in the integration stages of after your session. We'd explore kind of what is coming up for you, and we ask you, if in the session you're like, this is not where I want to go, this is not addressing my anger, you might be holding on so tightly to that you're not opening yourself up to what could be coming, what truly needs to be seen in the experience.